Have you ever read the verse, "Be anxious for nothing, but by prayer of thanksgiving let your requests be made known to God"? And you're thinking, how in the world can I pray the prayer of thanksgiving when I'm in the middle of this incredible trauma? Hi, I'm Carol Graham with Praying for Miracles with Carol. And what we're going to talk about today is very simple about that verse. And what I love about the Word of God is we as humans have a tendency to make it complex, but it isn't. It is very basic and very simple. And just as this verse says, be anxious for nothing, it means just that. It doesn't mean some things, like you can maybe be anxious if you have a cancer diagnosis, which I have had in my past, but you don't have to be anxious about maybe not getting the job you were hoping for or any number of things. No, there's no qualification there. It says, be anxious for nothing, but with prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known to God with prayer and thanksgiving. So how do we do that? How do we make our petitions known through thanksgiving? The course that I have called How to Pray the Answer Instead of the Problem is on the biblicalnutritionacademy.com. And not only will that course explain how to pray the answer instead of the problem, but give you many tips, many helps, and much encouragement and incredible stories of how God always did the impossible when there seemed to be no hope. So I hope you look that up. Learning how to pray the answer instead of the problem is learning how to apply the Word of God in every situation, no matter how big or how small. And I want to share with you where I learned this concept. I was 7 years old and I had a huge tumor growing on my neck. Now, my dad was a minister and he believed God for healing. We had seen many healings already, as when I was 9 months old, I had died. I was gone, claimed dead for 20 minutes. But the prayer of faith rose me up, and I'm here today. My father understood what praying the answer means. So he told me before I went into surgery. Remember, I'm only 7 years old, and I'm thinking, well, Daddy has all this faith. Why do I need to have surgery? But he knew that there was a reason why this had to happen. And so I went into surgery, and a few minutes after, the doctors came out and he said to my dad, "You're not going to believe this." And my dad, smiling to himself, knowing full well what the doctor's going to say. He said, "We had her prepped and we were just going to make the incision, and right in our hands, that large tumor disappeared. We never even had the opportunity to make the incision." My dad smiled because he knew that there was going to be a miracle. And he knew that the doctors had to see that miracle. So he was not anxious about the tumor. He was not anxious about the surgery. He knew that God has a plan, and if we dare to believe and trust His word, His plan, we will see the miracles happen. So thank you for listening today, and I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate it when you send me your questions and when you send me your testimonies. I thank you for listening to Praying for Miracles with Carol.